Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, double honors to the apostles of GreatMillStone that rule well, and shalom to you Akim out there that's pushing this truth in sincerity and in all good faith. Well, I just want to get into a video, and it's going to be entitled The Power of Prayer. I just want to highlight, how important it is in this truth, especially to, aid yourself with the power of prayer, man. Because, it's very important in this journey, in this truth to pray, man. It's one of the most important things you can do in this truth is pray, because you're going to come across certain obstacles and challenges where the only way you're going to get out of that situation is to actually pray to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. I can guarantee you, any brother that's sincere in this truth, you're going to find yourself in a circumstance where the only way, right, you can get out of that circumstance is to pray sincerely to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. I've been in situations like that, man. I'm sure other brothers can attest that they've been in certain situations where if they didn't pray, they wouldn't have got out of that situation, man. Right? It's only through the power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai that they'll actually able to get out of that situation. Right? Guaranteed. Any sincere brother that the Lord is dealing with, Lord willing, you've been in that kind of situation, man. When you look back and you just think to yourself, man, if I didn't pray, I wouldn't have got out of that situation, man. Right? Now, I'm going to start off by going into, the meaning of the word and, the origin of the words. So it comes from the Latin precari. It says to ask earnestly, to beg, to entreat, It says prayer, request. So it also says to beg, man, because when you're praying, really you got to be in the spirit and the mindset of actually begging the Lord, man. Begging the Lord to actually, grant what you're asking for, And you're also making a request to the Lord. You're asking Him to give you something, man. Whether that be strength, whether that be wisdom, whether that be time to make videos, time to study. These are all requests that you're making to the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai to give you, man. So you can't be making stupid requests to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. I'll give you an example. In the churches, what do they ask for? They ask for, a new house, a new car. They ask for, an abundance of money. Can I pass my GCSEs? These are all stupid requests, man, that don't pertain onto the time that we're living in. Which shows you that if you're in line, if you're in this truth, you're going to know what to ask for, right? By default, you're not going to ask the Lord if you can win the national lottery, right? Or if you can win the lotto. You're not going to ask the Lord for a new Lamborghini. You're not going to ask the Lord for, a mansion. These things of the world you're not going to ask for. Why? Because you're in line with the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So the kind of things you're going to be asked for is what I referenced before. You're going to be asking for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You're going to be asking, that the Lord increase your understanding in this truth and your understanding in the scriptures. That's the kind of stuff, in this truth that you're going to be asking for, man. Right? You're going to be asking the Lord, if you can get rid of my ailments, man. If you're a sickly person, you're going to ask for a little bit of ease of that pain. And if it be of the Lord's will, He will grant you what you're asking for, man. Because, as it tells you in the book of Ecclesiasticus, I think it's chapter 18 or 20, that all things have to abide by the Lord's will, man. Right? So if you're praying for something and the Lord is not down with that, He's not going to give it to you, man. Because it's not in line with His will. So the more you learn into, the scriptures and what you should be asking for, in this truth, the more you're going to ask for the things that actually pertain onto your situation that are actually righteous, man. Right? That's the only way that you're going to get your prayers answered, man. It's by being sincere and actually asking for the right things that pertain onto the current climate that we're in and the current affairs that we're in this world, man. Right? So I'm going to start off by, giving you two examples, man. In Judges chapter 16, this is the story of Samson, man. I'm sure everyone is familiar with that story, Samson and Delilah. He was, he got caught by the Philistines, man, and they were holding him captive. And what you're going to notice is that Samson made a prayer, man. He prayed to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai to get him out of that situation, right? Now it reads, Judges chapter 16 and verse 28. And Samson called upon the Lord and said, O Lord God, remember me, I pray thee, and strengthen me, I pray thee, only this once, O God, that I may be once avenged of the Philistines for my 2 eyes. And Samson took hold of the 2 middle pillars upon which the house stood, and on which it was borne up, of the one which is the right hand, and the other with his left. And Samson said, Let me die with the Philistines. And he bowed himself with all his might, and the house fell upon the lords and upon the people that were therein. So the dead which he slew at his death were more than they which he slew in his life. Right? So a multitude of people got killed, man. Right? Then his brethren and all the house of his father came down, and took him and brought him up, and buried him between Zorah and Estalol in the burying place of Manoah his father. And he judged Israel 20 years, man. So what did Samson do, man? The highlight of that is that he prayed to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai for that strength, man. Right? So he could kill those Philistines. And the Lord granted that request, man. And you'll notice, like, sometimes you might pray for something. It might seem ages to you until the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, actually answers your prayer, man. But in the end, if it's in line with the Lord's will, he will grant that request that you've made, man. Right? Sometimes the Lord can have it where he will grant that request the next day or the next hour. Right? That's how powerful Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is. And I've also been through experiences like that, where you might ask the Lord for something and he might give you it the next day, man. Right? That's just to boost your faith. Sometimes he might not give it to you straight away. Sometimes the Lord might wait 6 months. He might wait a year. He'll give it to you in his own time, which is going to be ultimately the right time. Right? So you got to be patient. Patient is another thing in this truth that we got to be, we got to be wary of, man. We've got to have that quality of patience, being able to wait for something, man. Just because you ask for something and you think you need it now, in the Lord's mind, man, you don't need that right now, man. He's going to give it to you when you deserve it, or when he says that you need it, man. Right? Now, another example I want to use is, the story of Jonah, man. Jonah, he didn't want to push the word, man. So the Lord had it where he got swallowed up by a big fish, and he was trapped inside that fish's belly for a certain amount of time. And what you're going to notice is that Jonah also prayed to the Lord to be released from that fish, man. So again, the power of prayer. And I said, then Jonah prayed unto the Lord his God out of the fish's belly, and said, I cried by reason of my affliction unto the Lord, and he heard me. Out of the belly of hell cried I, and thou heardest my voice. So the only way Jonah was able to get out of this fish's belly, man, was to cry unto the Lord, man, was to pray unto the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Right? And the Lord heard his prayer, man. For thou hadst cast me into the deep, into the midst of the seas, and the floods compassed me about. All thy billows of thy waves passed over me. Then I said, I am cast out of thy sight, yet I will look again forward thy holy temple, toward thy holy temple. The waters compassed me about, even to the soul. The depth closed me round about, and weeds were wrapped about my head. I went down to the bottoms of the mountains. The earth with her bars and was about me forever. Yet hast thou brought up my life from corruption, O Lord my God. When my soul fainteth within me, I remembered the Lord, and my prayer came in unto thee into thine holy temple. They that observe lying vanities forsake their own mercy, but I will sacrifice unto thee with the voice of thanksgiving. I will pay that I have vowed. Salvation is of the Lord. And the Lord spake unto the fish, and it vomited out Jonah upon the dry land, man. So it was that prayer that Jonah sent up that got him out of that situation, man. And I can guarantee you, hey, ain't none of us really in that kind of situation right now, man. But those kind of times are coming, man. You know, where Esau is going to grab us up. And what are you going to have to remember in those times? The power of prayer, man. Because that's the only thing that's going to get you out of those situations, man. Right? So I'm just going to go into a few more scriptures. This is Philippians chapter 4 and verse 6. It says, be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication. With thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto God, man. So make those requests be known, man. You know, send up those prayers to the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You know, don't be scared to send up those prayers, but just make sure what you're praying for is worthy, man. You don't want to be sending up any stupid requests, man. Make sure it's pertaining onto this truth. More importantly, you know. This is Psalms chapter 34 and verse 17. It says, the righteous cry, and the Lord heareth and delivereth them out of all their troubles, man. So if the Lord is dealing with you, ultimately your prayers are going to be heard, man. Right? The righteous cry, and the Lord heareth. Right? If you're a demon and the Lord ain't dealing with you, those prayers are just going to be ignored, man. You know? If you truly believe that, you believe in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and you're sincere, there's no doubt the Lord is going to hear your prayers, man. Right? This is Mark chapter 11 and verse 24. Therefore I say unto you, what things soever ye desire, when ye pray, believe, right? Believe that ye receive them, and ye shall have them, man. So this thing really ultimately all goes back to faith, man. You can send up as much prayers as you want, but if you really don't have that faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai and his works, then you're not going to receive the benefits of what you've asked for, man. Right? It all truly goes down to faith. And when you see the Lord start, answering those prayers, that means you do have faith, man. That's confirmation that you do have faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Because then he'll start working with you, supping with you, and answering those prayers that you sent up. You know? This is First Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 17. And it says, pray without ceasing, man. That's really, the highlight of this lesson that I wanted to do, is to pray without ceasing, man. Because we're in that time where, all of these things, all these prophecies are going to be coming to pass, right? And, you want to be of the hopeful elect, man. You don't want to be doing this work in vain. Right, so you got to pray without ceasing. You got to pray to the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai that you be of the elect. You got to pray that the Lord has mercy on you. You got to pray that the Lord has, blotted out your transgressions, man. You got to pray that the Lord has forgiven you for all of these sins that you've been committing. And that's all of us, man, because we're all as filthy rags before the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So you got to constantly be praying for forgiveness more than anything, man. Pray for more wisdom. Pray to be increased in this truth. Pray for the Akim. Pray for the brotherhood, man. Pray for your family, the ones that you think are worthy. The ones that you think, they might be, worthy of salvation, man. Pray for your whole family, man. Don't pray for the 2/3. The 2/3 are going to be destroyed, and that's that, man. Right? So I think I've pretty much covered everything I wanted to cover. I just want to put that vibration out there, the importance of prayer and the power of prayer, more importantly, man, because prayer does work, man. If you got faith, prayer does work, man. So, I say shalom, and, double honors to the apostles of GreatMillStone, and shalom to you Akim out there, man.